think I should be further down the road than I am. A little bit late. Sure, I'll get there on time in minutes to spare. Just have to get my legs walking a bit faster. I didn't come out the house as fast as I normally come. I feel like one of these, it's chill time. Anyway, morning, everyone who comes in, and anyone who's watching after. Just keep me company on my walk. At least it's not raining this morning, so that's good. Not yet, anyway. I did say to the people at work yesterday, like, oh my god, did you walk in that? I was like, yeah, I've got a rainproof coat on and stuff. Obviously, my legs got a little bit wet because I need to get some like rainproof pants that I can take off at work. Honest to God, I look like a bad woman when I'm going to work, but I don't care. Who cares? It keeps me dry, but I did say to them, I'm not going to melt, you know. It's not acid rain. It's just water. And it's refreshing anyway. If you're staying dry, you're alright. You don't want to walk pretty quickly. So, I'll just give it a minute to get down this road. See if anyone comes in. See two people. We'll talk about, I think you say, the art of war. But yeah, there is an art in it without doing certain things. Hi National, good morning. You're listening in, NFB, hi. It's just nice to know there's someone there sometimes. I'm waffling on with my line, so I might not see what you're saying, but you know, saying these times, morning RW, especially in these times we're in now. So yesterday was 5 years since Mr. T said there was a storm coming October. And it is, even though we always thought it was last year, the year before, but I sort of did our timing because stuff was put out for us. We always thought it was a year after, but you can tell. And I just heard someone saying on one of their chats last night in America, they were like, someone came in, a person or a bot, saying nothing's happening, and it's like he just started laughing like we all do. It's like nothing's happening. It's like you're a bot then or something, because this shitload's going down. And anyway, what I was trying to say was, people who talk about this stuff, you know, what's going on, especially with 17 and all that, because it's interlinked with a lot of stuff. You know, you don't have to be into that to vividly see what's going on now. But you know, and there's people who they've been doing great dives. I used to live on used to do the JFK Junior ones, even though some got took down on that. I think some's still there. But you know, people do really big dives because they have the time to and the resources and stuff. You know, they've got family and stuff like that. Sometimes it's hard. But what I'm saying is, those people, and even like me, I've done my bits, you know, it's those people who can talk about it. They can put bits and bobs out, you know, and ask you to go and research yourself. And then these people keep you calm. They're not setting you off in fear, because there's a lot of that going about still. And I'll tell you a little story in a minute what happened yesterday at work. And you know, I know I'm one of them, because I don't put people into fear. I can talk about a mixture of things. I can talk about the 17 stuff I've done, even the horrible stuff ages ago. And I believe I've kept people who come into my chat, or not my chat, who watch, that know what's going on or have an inkling of what's going on, to stay calm, because that's what we're meant to be doing. And you could say that was one of my things I came here to do, was to keep everybody calm, because like we said yesterday, a lot of people say it's a movie being played out for the normies. Also, everybody was a normie at one point, so you know, people need to move their ego out the way of when they woke up. You know, how many years ago they woke up. None of that matters. None of it. It's, we're all doing this together. You know, worldwide. It doesn't matter who woke up when. All that matters is people are. That's the biggest thing. You know, people who label themselves this, that and the other, and saying they're the only ones, is dark energy to me, because where we go one, we go all says it all. We're all going together. We're celebrating those who are waking up, and have done before. So it's not called the Great Awakening for nothing. And the art of war as well, white hats versus black hats, is, I just heard someone saying some of the black hats could have been at the top of some stuff, but the white hats knew, because they let them think they're winning, which makes total sense. And I've said that before, and I was only saying it last night to Lois, that that's how they play it. If you think about all this stuff that's going on with celebrities, it's like the Minions. If they took a load out, which I believe they have done already, and it's a movie being played out, like, you know, whose funeral it's just been lately, and a load of other people, take them out or arrest them, whatever, and the others still think they're there, but they're not. They're just getting ready to capture them, if that makes sense, which makes sense to me. They still think they're in control. They carry on with little shenanigans, but slowly they're being counteracted by the white hats. You know, it's a chess game again. They hold the last piece, you know, and when that's placed, it doesn't matter which way they move, game over, and we win. So, makes total sense. More of the awakening. I mean, can't see because I'm moving fast. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the awakening. Well, the awakening has been happening for decades, but I think you're talking about the ones who are left, you know, the normies, the ones who still can't see. This lot that's there's nothing happening, you know, and that's not to diss the people. We've all been there at one point, but believe me, I don't think it's going to be easy to see in that sense, but you know, we can still lighten of it. It's a good thing. Most people don't see it like that. Thanks, I say. So, in the, I think the book, I think it's Trump's like in it. I've got the book, but that's how you play the game. You let them think they're winning and they're doing certain things. I mean, just look at Biden and Pelosi and all them lot. I mean, we know what's going on there. I mean, come on, that isn't in, but, you know, people say the puppet masters and all that. It's like, yeah, it's movie, we know that, but it's being played, to me, it's being played out for the normies. So I was saying to Lois yesterday, it's got to play out for them. They can't just, you know, if they arrested all these people, we say we're going to Gitmo, and they've got them, they can't just announce to the world, oh yeah, we've got Obama, we've got this, that and the other. The world will go, what do you mean? There'd be an uproar, and if it was anything looking like it was to do with Trump at the time, a few years back, the world would be mad because they'd just be like, oh, it's just because you didn't get in, but if they get them, which I believe they have, and then play it out with the storyline and the arrests and stuff like that, and then why, it sort of calms them down. And also, we know, if this makes sense, there can be no backfiring off the black hats. You know, those people that are the minions doing what they do when they do certain things and hurt people in countries and stuff like that, because they've all been taken care of for when the big news comes out. So there's not going to be that much backfire on the people, you know, we the people. But I'm not saying little things wouldn't happen, because there could be still small pockets, but literally they're going to be shitting themselves, because remember, these people won't be able to walk down the street. You know, we forget a lot of comms that we were given, and when you look back now, I think Lois pulled something up for in October once, which was to do with Hillary being arrested. We all forget, and I'm like, yeah, well, I did think, you know, we're all speculating on who's the first arrest, but even though I think it might have already happened, but this is what's about playing it out. But a shock to the world for some, but not a shock to a lot of us. I remember when Trump said at the meal he wouldn't pardon her. He wouldn't pardon her. And you remember her face with the horrible laugh, the fake laugh. because she was absolutely cacking herself. She wouldn't look at him at Bush's funeral. She wouldn't. And then, if you remember, they were on stage doing something when he was coming in, when they were running, and he did a thing on stage before, and then she turned around and said something to him. It's out there, you know, this is what I say about people doing research, people who don't. And she said something to him, and he turned around and said something like, don't quote me on it, but blah 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 blah. Well, you won't, because you'll be in prison. And he was like, whoa, and he just turned around and her face was a picture. So it's all there. This is what I say to people, look at the stuff, but don't get too involved, especially with the film side of it, you know, because all is well and it'll end well, but like, I'm not saying little things like that, because we are still in a war, but you know, the ones who keep calm, who don't lose their minds, are going to see more clearly, and are going to keep yourself safe and in a better place. You know, you're not going to get triggered to go and do something stupid, or, you know, on any level, compared to people who, you know, yeah, could wake up to it, or people who just think it's the other side or whatever, and they're all, you know, it's not healthy, anyway, put it that way. But anyway, Mr. T has some amazing rallies. Yeah, he does have some amazing rallies, and I should be watching him because he is putting out a lot of 17 stuff and bigging it up and stuff like that, and we know why, so that's brilliant. But we knew this because we know what he's a part of. Also, yesterday when I was at work, Mr. T's singing all the mainstream media. Yeah, he is suing all the mainstream media, so they will start putting truths out. We knew this because he said the last one to be taken down would be MSN. You know, if people remember the drops and the codes, what we were told a few years ago, the last one to be taken down was mainstream media, which again makes sense because of how you play the game. Let them keep singing, but soon they'll be singing a different tune because there will be no more unless they start reporting on the truth. Like I said yesterday, they lie, they can't go back on their lies, they're seen as lying to the world, to the sleeping. They move forward, everyone's scratching their heads, not making sense, digging a grave for their own hole, but at some point, you know, they will be taken down or counteracted, or new reporters, or they have to report the truth. So, you know, and, you know, think about Starlink, think about the military in place, loads of stuff going on. But yesterday I was at work, and what time is it? Oh my god, let's start running. I'm a few minutes late actually, but I'm going to be late. It's time to be late a little bit, but it's going to be right, so I'll have to talk really fast, walk really fast. So yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yes, I was at work and I got given a pair of speaker things, you know, Bluetooth speakers, so I can play some music on my desk because everyone has radios on, so I can't find mine, so the guy had a couple actually, and he gave me one, so I was playing out greatest hits of Michael Jackson, some other stuff, you know, keeping myself upbeat, having a few laughs with people there, and then a girl came over and said something about something, and I was talking about my art and stuff, and then I mentioned Reiki, and she was a Polish girl, so I don't know if she understood. And then a bit after, she came back, she's really talking about stuff in the staff room on things that I do, little bits, and she said, she was asking what it was, so we were having a discussion about energy, you know, and how things you watch and people you're around affect you, because obviously she understood it better that way. I was saying about, you know, the energy centres, energy wheel, chakras, whatever you want to call them, so same thing. And yeah, why is there loads of cars now and I want to cross over? So yeah, so she was asking about that, and then she was asking about some other stuff and asking what I thought of her, and I said, you look stressed. And she said, yeah, she gets stressed, you know. And then she turned around and said, I know the news is brainwashing. So I said, yes it is. So I said something to her, and then I said about the blue face that I got in, you know, Archangel Michael thing, So I said, I'll find a picture and I'll show you on the break. So I showed her and she was like, oh, what's that? So I was going through the whole story, telling her about what happened that day and how that came in. And she started going on going, have you heard of Pizzagate? And I went, yeah. I sort of started laughing, not at that, because she was asking me that. And then she said, oh, do you know about, I thought she said Adrian, because there's a guy I know called that. So I was like, what? And it was her language. So she said, oh, hang on, can you understand? So then she turned around and faced the phone to me, hi Rachel, and said this, and she meant Adren, you know, and the other thing that they do with the children. I said, yeah, I know about that. I said, I've been on this, you know, for a bit with the 17 thing. So she sort of looked at me, she sort of nodded, and then she said, yeah, but I said to her, but I said, you know how the world is now, and it seems crazy, and everyone's going mad, and all this stupid shit's coming out in the media, and this, that, and the other, like on a daily basis. And she went, yeah, I went, it's not as it seems. I said, what's behind it is good. And then I mentioned Mr. T to her and she went, oh, I don't know. She was like, I'm not sure if he's still the same as the other side. I said, no, he's not. I said, that's what everyone thinks because that's how it's always been. I said, but believe me, he's not. So she sort of smiled. And I think we went, and then she said, do you believe in different beings and stuff like that? I said, yeah, because obviously I showed a picture of the blue being, and I said, and I feel more orbs, and you know, I'm into spirit and all that and stuff, and you know, things that could be coming from other dimensions. But I also think as well, you know, if we had a shock and things weren't actually coming from space and they were coming from, you know, different terrain, because that could be it as well, who knows, we're told it's up there but it could be out there. None of that bothers me either way. You know, so you think of Space Force, is it the space? Is it the space around us, between us, more space that we haven't explored? Who knows? I don't really care about all that because to me it's sort of in with the same thing whichever way around it is. So, you know, I'm not really bothered about it, because once you start being bothered it's a bit of a division thing, but still it's fine either way. You know, we could have beings coming from other lands, lands that we can't explore. Antarctica's wall we can't get over, you know, and that's one of the highest masses on Earth, you know, land, and it's quite big. Talk about higher realms, it is the highest. That's just me thinking out loud anyway, but Dolly, giving her knowledge, she researched herself. Thank you. Yeah, Effie, yeah, I did my research a bit ago. You know, I don't have to do much now because the stuff we did before, you know, past proves the future, future proves the past, is when you see it all coming out now, it all locks together and it makes that jigsaw puzzle piece. And you know, we are the news. Yeah, we said we are the news now. We don't need to know everything, but on the creator side we're not meant to know everything on the creator, you know, like, oh, how does this work? Not bothered about that. All I'm bothered about is humanity winning, which we are, and going to a better world and rebuilding it all together, which we are, and knowing what's right for yourself. It's not what's right for another, it's what's right for yourself. You know, what helps heal you, and what helps move you forward. You know, coming away from your own self-judgment, coming away from your own, you know, feeling bad on yourself for things you may have done through your life, because everybody has, you know. You might have said something bad to somebody, you weren't nice to a co-worker, you had a massive fight with one of your best mates, or I don't know. I mean, obviously there's worse things, but I just mean that whole thing of, like, you know, everybody does things where they look back and think, I could have said that better, or I could have done that better. That's why we have cycles, which when you come back round and a similar situation, experience pops up, it's for you to try and recognise it and then change it by doing something different, and there'll be a different outcome. That's what I'm always talking about. It's not always easy, because sometimes, depending on your emotions, that's why I said you've got to get your emotions in check, it can send you off doing the same thing you did before, and then after you're like, oh, why did I do that? You know, like sometimes when you're having a debate with someone or a bit of an argument or whatever, and you get a bit like, oh, I should have said that in the heat of things, but in the heat of things you don't, because you think that would have sounded so much better, but you don't, because you're in the heat of it, you're in the heat of your emotions, and they take over. But if you calm down and breathe a bit, slow down, you probably end up not saying something sometimes. You know, sometimes you can say something like, oh my god, I should have said that. You know, sometimes you might be feeling something, you're not always going to say it because you're aware it's going to hurt somebody, but in the heat of the thing, sometimes you just do. What time is it? Oh, it's 47. Is it 6:47? Will someone please tell me the time? I don't think I'm late. It's me thinking I'm late for work. Even though the traffic's busier, that's put me head in a spin. What time is it, peeps? Hi, yo. Is it Yaholo? I can't see because I'm walking to work. Just maybe went into a bike then. But what time is it? Oh, I'm not late. I was looking at something on my clock that says something else. Here's me sweating my ass after work thinking, oh my god, I'm going to be late for the first time. I hate being late. It is a pet hate. I hate being late. I'm not at this place. I'm always a few minutes early at this place just because I have to walk. But normally, wherever else I've worked, I'm normally like half an hour, 20 minutes early, so I get a chance to sit down and get my bearings together for the day. But it's not too bad here because we start early, from about 7 to half 7, 8. It's a bit slow, but it's quieter till some panel beaters come in and that. But it's quite like, I don't know, it's quite nice. My fella couldn't get up as early as I can because he's crap at getting up. He's like, he has to have 10 alarms on before he can get out of bed. I literally, alarm goes off, I lie there for 2 minutes and I get straight out of bed. Not even got time to think about it. It's just like, get out, get dressed, do your hair and everything, and just get out. But yeah, so I believe if I ask you that question, this isn't ego or anything, this is what people put out when they're trying to go against people. What do you think, for the people who've been on my chat for quite a long time, knowing what I've been talking about, especially with the 17 stuff and the awakening, even if you're not into it, has it brought you fear? Because I believe, I know, I've been trying to bring people calmness and peace with that. Like I said, it's a much needed thing that has to happen. And whether you're looking at that like, oh, it's bad because people shouldn't be waking up, you have to know the truth. There's no unity, there's no new world, there's no way of building stuff. The things are still swept under the carpet. So, you know, if you think like that, that's also programming, because, you know, that's not the right way of cleaning something up. You don't fall over and cut your knee and leave all the shit in it, because it'll go bad. You know, it might grow a scab, and it might, but there's a scar there, isn't there? There's a scar there. So, you know, oh my god, Dolly, she must be super fit. I won't say I'm super fit, but I'm pretty good at, I walk because I don't drive, so I was walking. So, yeah, I think this walk could be about an hour's walk, but I cut it down by about 15, 20 minutes, I don't know. I wasn't actually walking that fast when I came out of the house, like I normally do. I normally come out, get down the road, and my shins are like killing me, you know. And I'll be sweating my ass off when I go up this hill. We go up this hill to work. I'll be sweating my ass off. I'll be sweating when I get in. And I have to have a fan on to cool me down for about half an hour. And then I'm alright. And today, it's going to be mad because I'm on a juicing today, so how mad's that going to be? Being aware is way better than being asleep. Exactly. It's not always nice being aware, but I'd rather be aware than be asleep, but they're all going to come through as well. So I would love people to say what they think my channel has brought to them, especially those who've been with me a while. Not for me being like, oh, it's because I know what I've been thinking, but, you know, that's what I believe. But yeah, I've got cucumber, apple, lemon and celery drink. I've got to get my mind around that. I had one the other day, water, lemon water, because I'm trying to do like 1 or 2 days cleansing. I'm going to do a day today. The tester will be when I get home, kids and that. But Finn's at his dad's, so I've not got to sort his tea out. Just to, things can only get better, exactly. Best is yet to come. But, yeah, just a bit of a cleanse to let your body not be digesting all the time, because it helps heal. But the celery, cucumber and apple's really nice. It's all green. The apples are Granny Smith's, and I put 2 in to sweeten it up, because when I put 1 in I could taste the celery more than the apple, which is a bit like what. But it's a nice drink. So you have no idea how much you have helped with my essential. Well, thank you, Effie. I've only been trying to help people with, it's not like I know everything, and none of us know everything. There'll be stuff coming we'll be like in wonderment with, I think, but this is what I mean. We're all helping each other. You help me, I hope I help you lot. Like I say, it's not about division, it's about helping people. That's how you can tell the people in dark forces. They're wanting to divide, they're calling people, you know, they're on about ego a lot as well. I just think that's out of people who can see helping people, people who don't like seeing others shine the light and help others. It's crazy. I did this because when I came to certain truths, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand the thought of people not knowing. And it's a domino effect, isn't it? If you help one people, they do the same. It's a domino effect. You know, I think people took the choices in a lot of ways to either stand or sit down. Still, we're all going there, but it takes courage, because you have a lot of getting thrown at you. You know, especially people who do this full time, and they're really digging deep. We can see the amount of shit they've had thrown at them, especially certain celebrities and stuff. Thanks, Rachel. I have to be in contact soon about us meeting up, and Rachel said you've always been inspiring and spreading positive messages through the dark stuff. Thank you. Yeah, and I hope your parcel comes soon, because like I said, there was supposed to be a parcel post office strike. I mean, I've been getting stuff on my side, but that's not through the post van, so let me know when it gets there. Sorry, you haven't realised there was a greater good before that. I wasn't really sure. That's where the big kids' messages. Thanks, Effie. Morning. That was nearly late then. Run. I know, run. I know. Yeah, and I'm going to go now because I'm at work, but what Effie just said is, that's what I was trying to spread. There's too many people that are in doom and gloom and they think everything's bad. It's not. There is a greater good. There's bad people, then there's good people. So thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.